everybody. Welcome to my new channel. This channel is going to be strictly about my new vehicle. So before I reveal it, I'm going to talk about my experiences so far. So I've had everything from Ford Raptor, I had a Mustang Cobra, I had a Mini Cooper, John Cooper Works Mini Cooper Countryman. I've had M3s, I've had M5s, and then I had a Range Rover full size. It was a 2016 Range Rover supercharged, long wheelbase, and I'm like, man, this is like an SUV with luxury appointments and material, and this is how a vehicle is supposed to be made. Service and dependability aside, right? But I've actually had that car was very dependable. And then I've had Jags. I had an F-Pace. Great little car, but it was too small when I started my family. And then I had a Porsche Cayenne S, and then I got a Land Rover Defender 110 and the V6 supercharged V6. Great vehicles, all of them. I never had any problems with JLR, period, end of story, no matter what anyone tells you. However, I now go to the office 4 days a week. I'm about 25 miles each way to my office from where I live in the hill country of Texas to downtown Austin. My wife does have a Model Y that we've had for about 4 years, so we were used to electrics, and I always avoided having 2 electric vehicles in the house, range anxiety, whatever. But I realize now, having that vehicle for about 2 years, obviously the supercharger network, you can say whatever you want about Elon Musk, but the supercharger network really has changed the game and be able to go anywhere that I want to go. ChargePoint and some of these others, Iona and these others, they're starting to finally realize. We've actually have down here, we have a gas station called TXB, and they have they usually have a 2 to 3 or 4 charge points at these gas stations too. So, and they have they're beautiful, clean gas stations and everything like that. I believe Buc-ee's, some of the Buc-ee's have superchargers here in Texas. If you don't know what Buc-ee's is, look it up. It's amazing. But I figured, at this point now, there's no reason to not look at an electric vehicle in the house, like an electric vehicle. Also, but I do want an SUV. I do not like the look or the aesthetic of the Cybertruck. That's just personal appearance. I don't like what you have to pay for it and get what you get out of it. But again, that's just me personally. However, I decided to look at electric vehicles. I looked at Mercedes, I looked at the Cadillac, Escalade IQ, a couple others, and I kept coming back to I want a company that is like Tesla, that is electric first. It's not a traditional car company that has made electric vehicles. They're innovating. So it basically left me with 2 vehicles. It was Lucid or Rivian. So I looked at Rivian, and my best friend, shout out to my best friend Jamie, he's got a Rivian R1S as well. And so here is Evil 4x4. EVILL will be the new tag once I get it. But this is a 2026 dual performance max battery. So right now the range is about 410 miles, fully charged, and it's great. Full 7-seater. Like my Range Rover that I had before and my Defender, it does have a hydraulic suspension. So right now it's at its lowest setting. So this is actually the lowest setting, and it can go to up to 14 inches high. So it can do 3 feet of water weighting, which is pretty impressive. There's also a lot of features that are similar to my Range Rover, believe it or not, my original Range Rover. So I'll show you in a minute. But here's the charge port, and you'll notice on the 26 models, these are called Gen 2 R1s. It does have a NACS port. So this is the standard port for all Teslas and the one that's on the Tesla chargers. And most Tesla superchargers, if they're the newer ones, they do support, my vehicle does support charging at them. There are some Tesla supercharger stations that are older generation. They don't support the pay kind of tap and pay, or the pay system that's third party, so therefore I can't. And unfortunately the one closest to me today in Dripping Springs out here in Central Texas does not support the Rivian yet. So hopefully they'll get that upgraded. But as you can see, it's a pretty big vehicle. I was looking at the Hummer, but again, I think my decision was based on the fact that I'm looking for a company that's full EV only, or EV first. So this is the frunk, what they call the front trunk. And it has these little kind of little slots to hold them. I bought these Yeti kind of like packing cubes. They expand. There's a couple of different sizes, but I bought these at the Yeti store here in Austin. I love Yeti stuff, and being in, you know, Texas and American made brand, or American engineered brand. And then I got this Fantic, you know, supposed to be American Chinese. So that's okay. This vacuum cleaner to kind of clean out and make sure it's vacuumed up. But they have a great little vacuum system. But here is the underside of the frunk. So this lifts up. I got some storage there. As you can see, I have a bigger Yeti packing cube here that I haven't packed anything yet. I have another packing cube that I used for shopping bags, reusable shopping bags. Here in Texas, we like to use our reusable shopping bags, especially if you're in downtown Austin where I work. They used to charge you for shopping bags, so we always use that. This is the air compressor kit. So it has a sealant, and it has the hose for the air compressor, which I'll show you in a minute. And here's like a little complimentary first aid kit that's built into it as well. The front is accessed through a little button down here, and it is automatic as well, which is kind of nice. This is the not dual standard, so it does have the front tow hooks here. I might get silicone covers for there. So just to kind of give you an idea, as I go through this channel, I will be adding things that I will be adding to the vehicle. It is a leased vehicle. I figured this is my new first electric vehicle that I own personally myself. So I want to lease it and see what happens in 3 years. Kind of all honesty, I do have a reservation on a Scout, but it was kind of taking too long. So hopefully in 28, when my lease is up here, I can kind of look at what my options are. And like I said, I have a reservation on a Scout Traveler with the Harvester add-on. So we'll see what happens, right? I might stay with Rivian, so who knows? But it is a Rivian Volkswagen partnership, so I'm still kind of in the family, so to speak. So let's go back to the vehicle. As you can see, this is the LA Silver model. This is the bright package, so the rims have a little bit of like a machined steel accent, which is nice. This is the Pirelli Scorpion MS. To me, so far they sound okay. I haven't like really experienced any road noise from what people have been telling me. But I know there's another Pirelli model that people were talking about that complain a lot. So I don't know if that was the MS's or the AS. I forgot which ones they were. But these Pirelli so far, not too bad. Not extra road noise. I will tell you a couple of things that have come up though recently. Now, what you'll notice is this is again harking back to the Range Rover days. So this is a split tailgate. So the tailgate, the top tailgate is automatic. It has a push button here. It has some lighting, so touch lighting to light up the back, which is kind of cool. And you can light up both sides independently, which is kind of nice here. But again, very reminiscent. And then here is the split tailgate. I mean, almost literally exactly what Range Rover has. This is not automatic. You press the button to unlock it, drop it down. I installed this little cargo net that I had in my Land Rover. It is a 7-seater, so there's a third row. I do have the third row folded down, but it's a pretty decent third row. And in here is the storage space. I could put by a small spare tire if I wanted to, but I'm using this for storage as well. You know, worst case emergency, I get the tire kit out and fill it with sealant and fill it with air, and I'm good to go. Now, this is the premium sound and vision package, which basically means it has an upgraded stereo. I've heard people online complain about the stereo system. I actually love it. Believe it or not, compared to like audio quality or audiophile quality, it is pretty much a reference system. What you'll say is, I've heard people complain about it with like Dodge Ram trucks are better. If you're used to like the Beats kind of very bassy, tuned, then most likely this is going to be too neutral for you. But it does have a very, very accurate EQ. I can change the EQ. I can also move, very into tiny little increments, the sound stage where the speakers come from. So if I put it kind of right behind the headrest, of the front seat and I move it, and there's a little picture, I'll show you later, there's a little picture of the vehicle. You can slide where the sound direction is kind of coming from. If I put it just behind the back of my headrest, I really kind of get that really nice clean sound, deep basses, nice mids. The highs are very peaky but not like too noisy, or too like kind of like they don't peak as high. They're nice, perfect highs with vibrato, right? And that's what I'm looking for. I had these bags. These are these little gear bags. They zipper up, and I put a bunch of different gear in there, and I have towels and things for my daughter, so on and so forth. And they just suction cup to the back windows, which is kind of cool. I'm figuring hopefully maybe someone makes one about the same exact size as that big window. That'd be kind of cool, but for right now these work perfectly and they just stay on really nice. As you can see here, here's the air pump, and the compressor slides away. Here folds down the first row seats, or the back seats, and then also I have a 110 and then regular cigarette voltage lighter here. Lots of ports. There's USB-C everywhere. There's armrest cup holders back here for the third row, and you can actually fit adults in the third row, unlike my Model Y. Technically is a 7-seater, but there's no way you can fit a human being in that back row, so it's always folded down. Let's see. Yeah, oh, we do have these are Pirelli. These are 22-inch, the 22-inch rims, not the sport wheels. I did get the black interior with the dark wood. I actually like this. I know it's Texas, dude. It's be super hot, but the silver and then the black. I have a kid and 2 beast dogs. Hey Bear, say hi, Bear. Say hi, Trey. So these are 2 big dogs, you know, close to 100 pounds each. So I'm like, no way, get black please. dark. So again, inside truck, great. This is, like I said, this is the sound and vintage package. So one of the things it does have, which is kind of cool, I think, it's a very technical effect, but if you see here, and I don't know how it's going to show up on camera, but that's this panoramic roof. Right now it's on shade. If I just press one button, you'll see kind of, now you see the clouds and the blue more. It's like an LCD screen, so I just press one button and it darkens up. There you go, you saw it right there, piece of it. So really cool. You know, obviously it's December right now. While it's a little warm for Texas Decembers even, right now, I don't know how bad it's going to be in the summertime, so I'm probably going to put a tint on this anyway, even if it's just like the legal tint, and then that way when it darkens, it really darkens it, and then when during daylight, it's kind of just limited a little bit. But anyway, this is just my first go around of the vehicle. I'll talk about, I'm gonna have next sessions or feature on the interface. I did get the 0.46, the 2025 0.46 update, which has the more roads for the hands-off, where they call UHF, the universal hands-off feature, and a new kind of like UI, and the digital key for Apple and Android. The only thing I don't like is the digital key does not work in Google Wallet on my Pixel 4 watch. So I'm a Pixel user. I do have a Pixel phone. On the Pixel phone, it works beautifully. Never had an issue so far in a week of having the new feature set. However, it does not automatically attach the digital key to my Google Wallet on my watch. So, and my watch is LTE and ultra wideband capable, so I would have loved to have been able to like leave my phone at home, or accidentally leave my phone at home, and I can get into my car and drive my car away with my watch too. I'm an insider, if you know what I mean, so I'll hopefully ping some of the team and find out when that's coming to Google Wallet on the watch. So digital keys anyway. I know some car digital key wallets do work on Pixel 4, but for some reason the Rivian doesn't give me the option for that. So anyway, I do want to talk about 2 things, however, before we end this, is I'm going to give you a quick little preview, but the next episode will be strictly dedicated to a couple of accessories I added immediately to the car. One is the Best EV mod, basically center console tray. So this is the tray that has the integrated coin slot and card holder, which I like, and it has these little mats. It has the little hole for the USB-C cables if I want to bring the cables out. It has these nice little non-slip mats, and then underneath is the more space for other stuff that I want to keep. The only thing I will say about this, and I'll again preview, is you'll see kind of tight fit, but it's good tight fit. And I also got the Best EV mod center lower console tray. This fits in perfectly. As you can see, it has the rubber mats as well. It has 2 extra cup holders and these little spaces here to organize your stuff in this one big huge center console, and it does not prevent either the speaker or the tray from sliding out. So I can still get to the tray down here, and if I could put cups here, and I can also put cups in the default cup holder. So far I'm absolutely loving this, and hopefully I'll give a deeper in-depth review later.